Yes, boss. See the topic and what it is that we're talking about, right? Some people grew up spoiled. That's why they're now entitled. If you never heard of that before, I'm going to run it, make it real suave for you, right? So here's the deal, right? You ever notice that there's some people in the world, they have like this entitled mentality? It's like, I deserve certain things, or I deserve this, I deserve that. Even if they didn't put in the necessary work for it, there's some people who have this mentality where it's like things should be given to them. People should bow down to them. Now I'm going to tell you this, right? Some of those people that you see who have this high entitlement, they grew up spoiled. You get what I'm saying? And I'm going to break that down for you, right? Now, true enough, whether some people believe it or not, people who are spoiled or people who are entitled, and it's like they never got checked for it. Matter of fact, let me make it sound way better. People who grew up spoiled and were never like shown, yo, if you want to have this lifestyle or you want these things, you have to work hard to attain it. There's some people who grew up spoiled and they never developed the right type of traits. I'm not saying nobody's perfect, but there's some people who've gotten so full of themselves because they grew up spoiled and I gotta have this, I gotta have that, that they're willing to do anything in order to get it. I.e., they're spoiled, they grew up entitled. So if I can't have it, I'm gonna find a way to take it. If I feel like you don't deserve it, I'm gonna take it away from you. Entitled people. Now, there's a reason for that, right? Kids or people that you see, like adults who are like that now, when they grew up with lack of boundaries, dog. So I'm gonna give you an example into that, right? Let's say there's a kid who they get in trouble, but they still get rewarded for being bad. That's basically programming that child that, yo, you'll reward them for bad behavior. You get what I'm saying? And when they get rewarded for their bad behavior, there's no limit to what it is that they're willing to do. Because why? When I'm good, you'll reward me. When I'm bad, you'll reward me. There was no form of a consequence that was dealt to me. So guess what? Instead of you talking to me and telling me, yo, this is wrong or that's wrong, you enable me by giving me gifts. Some people never learned and they just went through life into their adulthood like that. So I'll give you an example, right? Let's say somebody who never faced consequences for being bad or crossing boundaries or whatever the case may be. Let's say somebody likes to steal or hurt people or rob people, right? If they've never felt the proper consequences for their actions, that means they're going to be what? Enabled. They grew up entitled. I never faced consequences. I hurt this person, I never faced consequences. I stole from this person, I never faced consequences. That's going to make a person programmed even more into their entitlement. Like, yo, if I can't have something, then I'll go out there and I'll take it. Or if you have it and I feel like you're weak, I'm going to take it from you. Why? Because there are some people who grew up entitled. And as well as that, they had to cross boundaries to get those things. And because some people got little pushback or they used heavy force behind their actions, they were able to cross people boundaries to get what it is that they want. You get what I'm saying? Example. Another example into that, right? People who grew up that way, I stated it before, the consequences weren't really that severe, weren't really that severe, but most importantly, it was inconsistent. So example, let's say somebody used to steal as a child, right? And let's say they stole hundreds of times. And out of the hundreds of times that they stolen, they only got their ass beat probably like 2 or 3 times. That's basically saying, yo, I have a high success rate. So out of the 100 times that I stole something, I only got an ass whooping 3 times. That means this game will what? It'll work for me. Example, remember what I tell you. People lean into certain things if it's a benefit in it for them. Example, when people join gangs, I'm not saying some people join gangs because, oh, you know, I didn't have a parent in the household or whatever. Some people join gangs because, yo, you guys can get certain things. You get money, you get attention, you get respect. People fear you guys. You get the girls. So some people join in on stuff like that. That's more power for them. On top of that, right? If I notice that I've been getting away with doing the wrong things for a long amount of time or X amount of time, I have barely faced consequences. I've gotten away with it from the law. What does that mean? I'm going to what? Continue to do it. Because here's the thing. You have to understand that sometimes when people get faced with consequences, they're not necessarily sorry. They're sorry that what? They got caught. You get what I'm saying? So because I'm sorry that I got caught, that's when I'll go ahead and I'll display my emotions, or I'll exemplify me showing how sorry I am. When deep down, they're not really sorry. They're just sorry that they got caught. You feel me? Another example into that, right? Material over emotional support, right? So here's the deal, right? Focusing on providing material goods rather than emotional support can create an expectation that love and acceptance are tied to possessions. So here's the deal into that, right? So there's some people where, as I stated before, there's some people who their parents either rewarded them all the time. You get what I'm saying? Rewarded them for their bad behavior, rewarded them for whatever the case may be. So there's some people who grew up with this level of entitlement, and they believe, yo, for all of the wrongs that I've done, for all of the things that I've done, right? There has to be some form of a correlation between the two. How many people have seen bad people get rewarded all day long? And how many people have seen good people barely get anything for being good? That's what causes that type of a warped thinking. Because if you do something bad and I can get rewarded for it versus somebody who does something good or something right, that means, yo, there must be some form of a benefit in what being bad. Because, yo, if I'm bad, I can get rewarded for it. If I'm bad, this is what the girls like. If I'm bad, I get clout. If I'm bad, I get attention. What do good get? Nothing really. You get what I'm saying? This is the mindset that some people have. So this is why I say that to you, right? As well as that, delayed gratification. Spoiled children often do not learn to wait for rewards or appreciate the effort involved, leading them to expectations, instant gratifications in adulthood. So here's the deal, right? I'm going to read that for you again, dog. Spoiled children often do not learn to wait for rewards or appreciate the effort involved in achieving certain things. Because why? I'm spoiled. You ever seen a little kid where their mom gave them everything and it's like, yo, you're an ungrateful piece of shit. Or you don't really deserve some of the stuff that your mom does for you, or your father does for you, or your parents or your grandparents. You're just spoiled. Everybody has seen this before. I could tell you countless of stories like this. There were kids I seen growing up. It's like, yo, all your parents ask you, or all your mom asks of you, bro, is to behave yourself. Stop causing her problems. And they can't do that. You know what? I'm going to be bad. I'm going to be outlandish. I'm going to do whatever in the hell it is that I want. Because why? I'm still going to get rewarded for it. That's why some people grow up the way that they grow up. Because guess what? They get rewarded for the badness that they do. Oh, my child is out of hand. What can I do to calm them down? Let me see if I can go buy him the new Xbox. Or let me see if I could go buy him this. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you a story, right? This is a true story, right? This is somebody I personally know. You get what I'm saying? And it's fucked up the way how bruh's story ended, right? I went to church with this kid, right? We're going to call him Little D, right? Little D was a bad kid, bro. I'm not saying he was all out bad. He had goodness to him. You get what I'm saying? But because he grew up spoiled and he could get whatever he want, he continued in his badness, bruh. Jit could play football. His older brother could play football. His brother was a star running back for, I think, Boyd Anderson when he was in 9th grade. A freshman playing on varsity. His mom gave him and his brother everything. But Little D did not want to listen. When I tell you kid was talented, not only football-wise, he was smart. You could give him the Bible and he could literally preach you a sermon. He could literally, I don't care how long you've been an evangelist or a preacher, the kid could literally go into the Bible and take the words and preach you a sermon out of this world. You don't matter if you know the best pastor in the world. He could preach circles around him. Kid was young. Tell you what happened, right? Because his mom used to spoil him all the time. He didn't care. I'm getting in trouble. I'm still going to get rewarded. I don't care. Guess what happened, right? From him getting in trouble on and on and on and still not learning properly, right? Guess what? He ended up in prison. Came out of prison. I'm like, yo, whatever happened to D, dog? oh, he just now getting out of prison. So I'm like, when did he end up going to prison? Robbery, certain things that he wasn't involved in, he picked up into it because why? He grew up spoiled. He wasn't able. If I can't get it from my mom, I'm gonna go and get it somewhere else through where? The streets. Tell me why after like 3-4 months of finding out the man got released from prison, I get a phone call hearing that, yo, guess what happened to Little D? They shot him and killed him in his own neighborhood, bruh. 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Who did it? His friends. Friends set him up and killed him, bruh. You know how much that burned me to my heart, dog? I known this man since he was in middle school, bruh. Knowing him up until he a young adult now, bruh. Like, literally, you're of age now. You're at least, like, 17, 18. I think D was like about, like, 19, 20 years old. And then to find out you chose the streets over being in church, bruh. And you lost your life to who? Your friends, dog. You get what I'm saying? That shit will burn you, bruh. Because here's the thing. There's some people, despite them being not a person who's willing to listen or not coachable or yo, I'm gonna do whatever it is that I want. When you spoil a child, bruh, and you cannot get a hold of their mind or you cannot talk to them because they already seen certain things, or I seen what the streets could get me, or I seen what badness gets me, they get lost in that world and it's gonna be damn near hard to speak to them, bruh. You know how much I used to beg and plead and talk with this nigga, bruh. Change, bruh, and do better, bruh, because I see it in you. The man walked away from football, walked away from school just to pursue the streets. And what happened? His own friend turned around and killed him out of jealousy, dog. Because you always get what you want. Your mom gets you shit. Females buy you shit. You get whatever you want. His friends turned around and killed him. Left him right there next to his vehicle, bruh. And that shit fuck with me till this day. Because there's a lot of kids who grew up doing badness and they don't want to listen when somebody talk to them and tell them, bruh, that there's another way that you can do shit, bruh. Because you got to understand, growing up spoiled and growing up entitled, there's a consequence to that shit. When you're too spoiled and you're too entitled, you feel like nobody cannot talk to you. I can do whatever it is that I want. Just like that little weird nigga O'Neal. I used to beg and plead and talk with that nigga. Yo, change your ways, bruh. You got like 4 kids, my nigga. You got 3 baby moms, bruh. What is it gonna take for niggas like you to fucking listen, bruh? You got a rap sheet longer than fucking 441, but you don't want to listen to nobody. All you do is plot and scheme and see who you can finesse and fuck over in life, bruh. That's what I'm trying to tell people. If you're out here doing reckless shit, or I'm spoiled, I'm entitled, I could do whatever I want, you don't know what the fuck is around the corner. That's why I tell people this shit, dog. You know how many people I know that lost their life because they're fucking hot-headed, refusal to listen, don't want to take heed to anything, dog. Because either nigga, you not in the streets, or we come from 2 different backgrounds, D'Angelo. I don't want to listen to you. That's completely fine. God could use anybody to deliver a message to you. All I'm trying to tell you is this, bruh. When you do certain things and you have an entitlement to you, that's going to bring you problems in life. There's some people who are so entitled that they wreak havoc and fuck people over because you have something I want. That's something I want. I don't have it. I'm going to take it from you. So that's why some people use force. That's why some people join the streets to get extra power and leverage to get the things it is that they want. That's why I'm trying to warn people. People who are selfish or grew up spoiled or whatever, and they haven't learned certain things, those people are a liability, dog. Because they don't know when to turn it off or turn it down until they catch themselves in some problems. All off of their ways, bruh. So with that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I'm going to uplift you because everybody's a champion, nobody's a loser. Just understand this, dog. When you're a parent, and I'm not even a parent, so take this lightly. When you're a parent, you cannot be out here, oh, I'm going to spoil my child and give them everything I never had. That's what grows the child into being this entitled little fucker. If you're going to do that, teach them life lessons along the way. Like, if you want to be this type of person who's spoiled, you're going to need to learn how to work hard to spoil yourself. Don't try and go out there and take from other people. You get what I'm saying? There's a consequence to a lot of that shit. Lastly, then I'm going to go ahead and break it off, right? Modeling behavior. Children often mimic the behaviors of their parents. So example into that, and I'm going to kill it right here. If you're the type of person where you like to let your little dirty ass behaviors be displayed in front of your kids, guess what? Children emulate what they see. So if your kids see you being an entitled motherfucker, or I bully this person to get what I want, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna pick up behind that same behavior. Mind you, kids can bring disrespect home way faster than what you would think, dog. You may think, oh, I don't teach my kids that. I don't teach my kids about bullying or being entitled. Then next thing you know, your kids explain, oh, I seen you do that, or I got that from you. You get what I'm saying? That's when disrespect follows you home, bruh. You don't want to be that type of person who gets disrespected or gets caught up in certain behaviors off of what you displayed and let your kids see, bruh. Remember, I stated it. Kids see everything. Kids emulate that shit. Especially if you're their parent, they look at you as a role model. You're the person who I look up to. I see the things that you do and I copy it because it's worked for you. So guess what? It's got to work for me. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful of what it is that you teach your kids, bro. Because teaching your kids the wrong things, they'll turn around and use it, bring it back around, and shame you for it. Because they learned it from you. You get what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is this, bro. Nobody's perfect, but there's different ways that we can get better as a people. And understand this. People who grew up entitled or grew up spoiled, or you were spoiled as a kid and you never learned certain things, you're probably an entitled adult right now. And from there, if you have kids, your kids can grow up and pick up that same entitlement. You get what I'm saying? So you just want to make sure you check that behavior so everything is A-okay, man. 444 the world, man. Peace.